this is Mike Turner with Front Street Brokers, and this is part two of the 2015 new construction predictions for the Boise area market. As I showed you in the last week's video, these numbers over here in the different colors were my predictions, 3 years ago, what the new construction market would do. You see that here in the dark brown. Light blue is existing homes, but this is actually what it did. It actually we actually had less new home sales than predicted, and even this number, 2014 new home sales, actually dropped over 2013. So you can see we're still well below what we saw earlier last decade. So what's going on? Well, we're going to drill down into that. So why new construction slowed down in 2014? There's a few different reasons. One of them is that there was a lot more resale homes, existing homes that came on the market. 2012, there was a real shortage of homes coming on the market because the home prices were so low. Most home sellers couldn't afford to sell their home for what the current market was selling at. So they waited till home prices came up. That happened in 2014, and therefore we saw a lot higher supply of homes, which means buyers had more to choose from, and therefore they were buying or building less new homes. New construction also kept seeing their prices going up versus what we saw in resale. Let me break this down here real fast. This is new construction median sale prices since 2010. It's just gone up like month after month. It just keeps screaming up there and starting hopefully to plateau here, but this is one heck of a trend. Versus this is the existing homes, resale homes, and you can see they totally mellowed out over the last couple of years, which is healthy. This, not so healthy. Healthy, unhealthy. So this is new construction, is why it slowed down. So that's part of it. Lot and land prices really went up big time in 2013, 2014, in part because there was low supply. And therefore it was a little bit of a land race to get properties because new construction was heating up. People took action, developers bought land, builders bought lots, and therefore it definitely increased the land prices. I'm actually hoping those cool off because they actually went too high. In my opinion. Actually, if you really look at it closely, that's for a different video, they went crazy high too fast. Okay, supply not matching the primary demand. Homes being built between 200 and 400K continues to be 70% of our new home sales for our marketplace. However, builders are not always building in that price range. Many of them are higher than that amount. They're a little bit more fun to build. That's where a lot of the new construction is going on. But I think because of that, we saw less people going to new construction because they didn't want to pay more than $400,000 for a house, and therefore, this is part of the reason new construction slowed down. Okay, so my predictions going forward for the new construction market in 2015 and beyond depends in part if builders will build to match demand. Okay, so that's just what I just talked about, is if they're going to build in that primary market 200 to 400K, I think they're going to do well. There's going to be lots of new construction that buyers will look at seriously. Two, if land prices hold, new construction market will likely match what we saw in 2014. So I don't think it's going to change much going into 2015. However, if land prices soften and lot prices come down, we could actually see another surge in new construction, but lot prices are kind of ridiculous in our area. They've gone up too high. I hope developers are smart, and if they want their lots to sell this year, because a lot of builders are going to be giving them back to you, giving them back because they've bought too many lots and they don't have that much demand. So I'm hoping lot prices soften a bit because we'll see more of a surge in new construction. However, before we get to that, relocating buyers will continue to be a significant part of our market. Therefore, new construction should remain healthy for the next 5 to 15 years. Let me put that in perspective. Boise's got a long-term, solid housing market ahead of it because, in part, people keep moving here. It grows to our population base. It grows to our housing needs. And it's a very diverse population that's coming here, many of them coming with money. So whether they're retirees or they're working part-time or they're working remotely in Idaho but still working for their company in a different state, we're getting a lot of those types of people moving here. And so we're looking really good, about our new construction and overall housing for the next 5 or 15 years. Risk of overbuilding remains low, but that's what's a caveat. Let's not go crazy because Builders and developers should not expect or hope that new home sales will become more than 25% of overall sales as they did in 2002 to 2007. Okay, so currently it's at 19%, so we have some room to grow, but let's not get over optimistic because going back to this chart, you see we're over 30% and going much higher than that during the peak. That is ridiculous amounts, okay? We should not expect the market to do that. I hope it doesn't because it will have some negative effects if we overbuild like that. But if we still plan on 20-25% of our marketplace being new construction, which is a very healthy number, then I think we'll be in really good shape for a long period of time. Okay, that's it for now. I'm Mike Turner with Friendship Brokers. Have a great day.